Yes, Texas is a rival.
I have a river of Kool-Aid for basketball.
It's time to step inside the hog pen.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Season 9 of Inside the Hog Pen. I am your host, as always, from the Central Arkansas Hog Pen. I'm Razorback Zach, alongside my buddy, my brother, my best friend, and co-host. Not only that, it is professionally proven, the glue that holds the whole damn thing together, Marcus MC Carlton from the NEA Hog Pen. What's up, dude?
Hey, man, how's it going? It's good to be back.
You and these intros, man. You need to learn. You need to be like nominated for an Academy Award or something.
Oh, I don't. Nah, the computer does all the hard work, man. I just have to go pick it out. So,
Oh, come on now.
we got our third piece here. He's going to be joining us shortly. I didn't want to take his camera box out because I know he's going to be here within a minute or so. So,
but good to be back for Season 9. Man. Okay, so everybody wants to know what's different. What's different? Well, let me tell you. First off, we got some new toys we're playing with.
Yep.
As you can tell, the intro is new. We're on a new streaming service to kind of help us out. But there's DMAD.
Yeah, so if we have some kinks tonight, y'all bear with us because we got a whole new system running this thing. So we're just we're trying to learn it as we go.
And it's not me, so there you go. I promise. But hope everybody is enjoying that we're back. This means that football is 4 weeks away. Now, here's the thing. All right, here's the thing. A couple of things we're going to do different, and then I'm going to talk about Razorback football, and then I'm going to let these guys have it because I got to do some technical work here because we're still working kinks out.
Yep.
But some more things that we're doing. We're going to be creating an actual ITHP Facebook group to where you guys, because we're going to give back to you guys. You guys have given so much to us. We're going to give back to you, and you're going to have the ability to vote in polls. You're going to be able to post your pictures of your Razorback events, ask us questions live, and we'll talk about it live. You know, various things that you can do. Be a little bit more interactive with us here at ITHP, and we want to give back to the fans and want to be more interactive with you because you guys have been so interactive and great to us. Now, a couple of announcements before we get started. September 6th, everybody mark your calendar. September 6th, live from War Memorial Stadium. It's the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Show and Tailgate Party. Big thank you to James Harris of Harris Made Chef Services for putting that on. Tailgate Party starts about 8, 9 o'clock. Like I said, show up when you show up. Pre-game show starts at about 1:45 or 2. We're still working the kinks out there. We'll go about 3:30 to 3:45 so everybody can get to their seats. And for those that don't have tickets but want to watch the game, we will have that game streaming live from our tailgate position as well. Next one, my favorite one. October 11th, we are back for our 5th year with the Little Oktoberfest as official MC and official broadcast partner of the Little Oktoberfest 2025. I'm going to be putting all the details together as this gets closer. So pay attention to our Facebook page. It's going to be 6 to 9 p.m. in North Little Rock. They've got a brand new location this year. It's going to be part of Dogtown Fest or something like that. I'll get the correct name. But 6 to 9 p.m. Argenta Plaza in North Little Rock. And trust me, for anybody that's worried about missing the game, don't worry about it. Come to my broadcast position. I'll have a plethora of special guests, including the guy in the middle, making his first appearance, we hope, to Little Oktoberfest for this event. And I'll have the whole day covered. So, along with all of that. Now, I'm going to turn it over to you guys so I can get this thing out and about so people can tune in to us. So, MC, I'm passing the ball off to you, buddy.
All right. So here we are back, Season 9, Episode 1, D-Mad. I knew you were getting close, man. That's why I just left your little box there, and now we got you in here in the show as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the comments because I got to get one out. Marvin Wilson wasted no time throwing the roast towards me. MC, did you reverse tan? No, that is called a camera that is not properly white balanced. I am, I have been accused of being like the whitest dude in Northeast Arkansas, but it it has nothing to do with the shade around my face and stuff tonight. I had to get the facial hair back, D, because I'd gone clean shaven a little bit as trying to rally the baseball team in Omaha, and I kind of had an Uncle Fester look going on, so I had to change something there and get back on the facial hair train, and I guess you could say I'm the beard behind the board tonight since I'm running things here. So.
Ho, 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 ho.
Easy there, buddy.
Jonathan Parker, who's your surprise breakout on both sides of the ball? No, it's going to be hard right now. Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit. We're going to kind of get our monologue and get everything set up here and get that out of the way. But that's a great question to kind of start us off when we start talking about the upcoming football season. And I think expectations are kind of all over the place, man. D, what do you think?
Yeah. I saw somebody say, the realistic expectations could be 9-3 or 3-9, and and they had a whole argument behind it. And I know we'll get into it later, but basically it all sums around the point of the entire SEC is flipped over. You don't have Jalen Milroe anymore. You don't have what's his name, Nico Imaliva.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah. Carson Beck, he also, I'm going to leave you.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole SEC, the only one that's really kind of stayed consistent is Florida. And I saw them last year against Texas. They weren't that impressive, but then they went into Oxford and just beat up on old Lane Kiffin.
Yep,
or Lane Whiffen, as they like to call him.
Oh, Lane Whiffen. Okay. Yeah, that was a big loss, and that was one that really hurt the Rebels down the stretch, because people were talking about them as a potential playoff team, and they had that loss and they had the Kentucky loss, and it just kind of makes you look at it and go like, okay, what's going on? Because that's two games that they never should have lost last year.
Absolutely. Yeah, Kentucky, that's like going back. It was almost like a Mike Leach type of loss.
Mm-hmm.
It's like one of those losses where you go back and you just blame the kicker. And the kicker missed, 3 field goals?
I think so. I think it was 3. Yeah.
That sounds like a Mike Leach coach team where they would just turn around and have open tryouts for kicker afterwards.
Yeah, and you brought up Kentucky. I spent last week in the Big Blue Nation. I was up there for work for a work conference, and might have trolled a few fans a little bit on my way out of town, wearing a Razorback basketball T-shirt as I'm getting ready to leave Lexington for the last time. Surprisingly, most of the fans that I encountered on that front were like, "Hey, thank you for taking him. Thank you for taking him." Now, I will say I got to shout out one Kentucky fan. He was my Uber driver, Derek. Derek was one of the few cool UK fans that I have actually met, because he was talking about the appreciation he had for the Nolan teams when they would come up to Rupp Arena, and he said he was actually in attendance both times that Nolan brought a team to Rupp Arena and beat Kentucky the first 2 times that they went up there and beat Patino teams. And we were talking about Calipari coming to Arkansas, and he said, "I'll tell you what," he said, "I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna try to go verbatim on what Derek told me." He said, "Man, I bleed blue." He's like, "I've been here since the days of Joe B. Hall, man. I am as true blue as they get." He said, "But," he said, "I won't tell anybody else this, and I know there's no Kentucky fans watching, so I feel safe in telling this on Derek." He said, "I was a very happy man when Calipari brought the Razorbacks up here and humbled this fan base." He said, "Because this fan base needs to be humbled every now and then."
Absolutely. We got some of our own fan base that need to be humbled.
Yeah, we got some of that too, but
that leads me into the monologue I have planned for the first show back.
How about that? I didn't even plan it that way, man. It just kind of came out that way. So
you're welcome. Hey, after 3 years, I should almost be considered a professional. Almost.
Well, okay, no, wait a minute. We've done this 9 years, and I'm not even going to consider yet professional. Yeah, right. Anyway, now that I've gotten all of our technical kinks out on this end, I got the show out and everything. What's up, everybody? So here's the thing. Arkansas football is on the horizon. It's 4 weeks away, as you know, because ITHP is back, and we do this every year. 4 weeks leading up to kickoff of the first game, and I know. Here's the thing: I know that this is going to be a down. The last couple of years have been a down year, and we're all looking at this, me included, of doing another 6-6. Sub 500. I didn't plan that either, but that's pretty good.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
yeah.
You're off to the Liberty Bowl yet again.
Here's the thing, and this is something to be excited about. And again, I'll get into that in a second, but here's something to be excited about. The fan base, being back around Razorback fans, hearing 80,000 screaming Razorback fans screaming "Woo Pig Suey," that hog call, and me screaming louder in between, is something you've never. I mean, if you've never experienced that, chills, man, chills. But the atmosphere, the tailgating, the camaraderie between the fan base, that is what I'm excited about.
Yep.
I'm trying to be excited about the football team because we've barely heard anything from fall camp. We haven't seen a lot of hype videos. We haven't seen a lot of coaches speak about this or that. So I'm cautiously optimistic. But guys, I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to the atmosphere of that first game, of being back and getting to call the Hogs and being around 75,000 people screaming "Woo Pig Suey."
Man, all right. I'm the old man of the group. I'm the grumpy old man that yells at the cloud. But when college football starts back up, man, everybody's got hope and everybody's got hype to begin the season. And even with as down as I have been on Pittman, I mean, let's throw the ball out there and see what happens, man. Because
Absolutely.
it's just time to kick it off and get things going. And I just
But here's the thing,
part of it.
Here's the thing, though, MC. I want to. Here comes the negative part of me. Everybody thinks I like to pump sunshine. That's the guy on the far end over there. He's Mr. Sunshine. I'm Mr. Realist. And then there's.
I'm sorry. I'm over here looking at SeatGeek's app or SeatGeek's website, and they have completely redone the whole website. Go ahead.
Well, guess what? Use code Inside Hogpen for
There you go.
a discount off of your first order. Here's the thing. Let's talk about Pitt for a minute.
Okay.
Number one, Brett Bielema, Sam Pittman, 5 years. We fired Brett Bielema because he couldn't win the big games. He couldn't get over the hump. His best year was 7-6, and that was in 2015 when we beat Texas in the Texas Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He's 29-34 overall, was 11-29 in the SEC over 5 years. Pittman is 30-31 overall, 14-28 in the SEC.
Those are pretty close, man.
But this is the guy that we're going to have to stand behind. I'm concerned because not only that, he's 7-17 in one-score games. Here's the thing. All right, in 2020, like I said, 2020, you're going to have to mark that off because that was a COVID year.
Yeah.
All right. 7-17 in one score. He's 1-4 in 2020, 2-2 in 2021. We all know what happened.
That's the 9-win season.
That was the 9-win season. That was when all the super seniors were there. And then he goes 2-4 in 2022, 7-6, takes a measly, and I mean measly, Kansas team.
Yeah.
And he was up 3 touchdowns on. Took him to 3 overtimes to beat him. Then he goes 1-5 in 2023 when he goes 4-8 overall, and then 1-3 in 2024 and another 7-6 season. I know. Look, I know that this team. There's a lot of unknowns with this team. A lot, and we're going to get into that. All right, there's a lot of newcomers on this offensive side of the ball. But if you're just going to go off of past experiences, Arkansas's headed in the wrong direction, fellas.
Yeah, and that was, if you look back at some of our shows from last year that are available in the archive on YouTube page, you can go and see where I made that same comment about, Pittman had peaked with the 9-4 season, and ever since the failed dive from the 7-yard line at Jerry World, I mean, honestly, this program has never recovered from that. And that was the turning point because, and I say that because that highlight popped up again on Twitter or X over the past few days. And I was looking at it. It was second quarter. Arkansas was up 14-7, about to go up 21-7. But instead of that, you get that freak play and now it's 14-14, and they have all the momentum, and it just, we were not mentally strong enough to overcome that adversity. And it just kind of spiraled from there, because I mean, you talk about something that could have changed the outcome of a season. I think if Arkansas goes on to win that game in that season, that 2022 season, you're probably looking at close to another 9-win season.
Well, I mean, but again, and that would have been all good and well. And even last year when we beat number 4 Tennessee in Fayetteville, everybody thought, "Hey, turning point, here we go." It didn't quite pan out.
Yeah.
It didn't quite pan. I mean, you can look at every year. There is a game that technically we aren't supposed to win or not expected to win.
Mm-hmm.
And then we win in the most dramatic fashion ever. And we all think, and then all three of us have thought this at one time, hey, we're turning a corner. We're finally getting to where we need to be. We're about to start contending. And then we get slapped in the mouth.
Against somebody that shouldn't even be able to reach our mouth, much less slap us in it.
Exactly.
Can I give you all a really damning stat about Sam Pittman?
Yes.
As if the two I gave you weren't enough.
Oh, this one might send shockwaves.
All right.
So you said Sam Pittman's score or record in one-score games is 7-17.
Yep.
Y'all know what his home record is?
Oh, it's awful.
It's 18-14. And that is me giving him LSU, or not LSU.
See, I thought it was worse than that.
Little Rock games.
I thought that was worse than that too.
Yeah,
I mean, if you think about it, only winning half of your home games is god awful.
Yeah, you have to take care of business at home. You have to. I mean, I don't care who comes in there. You've got to take care of business at home.
Besides 1 year, he's lost at least 3 games at home every year.
Yeah.
Well, and let's think about who some of those losses were to. We're talking about losses to like Liberty, BYU, and then
you're talking
your SEC games.
Non-conference.
Just in general.
Yeah, just overall.
I mean, we got shellacked by Auburn
on
engagement day.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
Got shellacked against Auburn, a terrible Auburn team.
Yeah, that Auburn team was not very good.
Hey, remember the 3-9 game against Mississippi State? I do.
I've had more exciting days watching my yard grow than that game
I was watching the Thunderbirds that day. I chalked it up as a dub.
But here's the thing. Okay, here's the thing. And again, I heard this stat because if you guys haven't, there's a new series out on Netflix. SEC.
Any given Saturday.
Saturday. And I urge you that if you are anything of an SEC fan outside of Texas and Oklahoma,
no, Oklahoma's SEC.
Texas. Anyway, I urge you, go check this series out. It's very insightful, and it's not like anything on the SEC network like they air. This is uncensored, unfiltered, real.
You get to hear Brian Kelly cuss out his players for an entire episode.
Well,
it's awesome.
They make a. Here's the thing: Arkansas's. They did and I don't want to give anything away, but they did an episode that involved Arkansas, and they said something on there that made a lot of sense to me. Is that, and of course we've been preaching it for damn near 5 years now. If you're playing a Sam Pittman coach team, he's known for what? Coaching the offensive line. Well, yeah, exactly. He's known.
Teed that up too high, man. Sorry.
You did. Yeah. He's known for coaching offensive linemen and having decent offensive and having great offensive lines.
Right.
But since he's been at Arkansas, I'm just going to come out and say it. The offensive line has been complete trash.
Yeah. It is not. We have not had an offensive line with him as head coach like what we had when he was just the offensive line coach.
Even and again, I am not singling out the players. It is not the players. Okay? It's not. But when you have a guy that is known for offensive lines being massive, being nasty, being,
we got a pretty good sized offensive lines coming in this year.
Well, again, even when he had his hands in the offensive line last year, it didn't look all that. Now it was an improvement, but it didn't even look all that great.
Yeah, I think that's been the most disappointing thing for me.
Absolutely.
Because I felt like when he was hired, you could kind of go back and just say, okay, well, offensive line is a key. It's like when Petrino was here, you knew you were going to have a quarterback, you knew you were going to have wide receivers. When Pittman comes in, your first thought is going to be, okay, we're going to have offensive line. We're not that's one less thing we got to worry about. And it has been, almost right the opposite of what it should be in that case. But I don't know, man. I don't understand it. But
Well, and here's the thing. I'm not saying we don't have the talent, all right? Because there's a lot of unknown pieces on this team. Okay. I've been saying it for a while. Last year, the word of the year was accuracy when it came to Taylor Green. All right. Last year, the word of the day
yeah,
the word of the year was accuracy. This year, I want to see consistency across the board. I want to see Taylor Green make some of those throws and complete some of those throws that he didn't make last year. Everybody that I've talked to leading up to tonight, you know what the one thing they said?
what's that?
With Bobby Petrino, the biggest jump is from year 1 to year 2.
If you have somebody like Ryan Mallett or Tyler Wilson as your quarterback, I'm not, and I don't mean this to be disrespectful, but I am nowhere near putting Taylor Green in the same category as those two right now. Now, if he comes out and balls out all year and starts breaking records and, leads the team to 8-9 wins.
Here's the thing. I'm going to stop you right there. All right. And I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm going to stop you right there.
No, go ahead.
Don't even talk about records. KJ broke all kinds of records.
That's true. Yeah, that's fair.
And he had a crap record. I was going to say the other word, but we're a family friendly show.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't give a damn about records. I don't care about them because nobody's gonna remember them the next year. What's the one thing people remember year to year? Is it, hey, he broke the scoring record? He broke
your win-loss.
Exactly.
Who was the pro coach that said you are what your record says you are? Was that Dennis Green?
I gotta find
way
it
back.
I'll be right back. Finding it.
I mean, I
remember. That's why we brought D-Matt on full time as a co-host now.
Yeah. I mean, all I can think about is Jim Mora going, playoffs?
Yeah.
Playoffs? But I know it wasn't Jim Mora that said it. It was one of those other guys. Was it Parcells?
Yeah.
It's Parcells.
Okay. Well, that's even better then.
You play to win the game.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. No, and it to me, when in the grand scheme of things, we all want Arkansas to win. And I'll be the first one to tell you, Arkansas is going to win 8 games. I don't look, I'm not even going to begin to tell you what Arkansas's win is. But I am going to steal something. I am going to steal something from the Fluff Show, if you catch the drift that I'm floating. I'm actually going to steal from them. What odds do you give better to? A-State beating Arkansas or Arkansas upsetting Notre Dame? D-Mad, we'll start with you.
A-State beating Arkansas or Arkansas beating Notre Dame?
Yeah, which one's more likely to happen?
Arkansas beat Notre Dame.
MC?
They're bringing in a new quarterback, too.
I know.
Who Notre Dame is?
Yeah, Notre Dame is, yeah. Because the kid they had, he finally graduated after, 10 years?
Oh, no, he cashed in his NIL and then decided to go pro.
Look, I'm really of the opinion that a lot of people are way underestimating this game in Little Rock. And I say that because I've lived over here for 30 years. I have heard how long will the Hogs run for 30 plus years. And I have heard every possible, insult that could be thrown my way. I think they will. I really think this game is going to be closer than people expect.
Okay, but let's hone in on that for a second because again, this is the season premiere. We're talking about anything and everything right now as we get close to kick off on August 30th. number one, there's a lot of things about that game outside of this matchup. This is the last game in Little Rock contractually,
Yeah.
unless something of a miracle happens. Now, Pitt was asked about this game and playing Arkansas State at Jonesboro, and he
And
flat
he
out
shot
said
it down. Yeah.
he shut that down quicker than I got shot down at my senior prom.
As he should,
As you
because
should.
SEC schools should not be going to the campus of Sunbelt schools to play a game.
No.
That goes across the board. That is not an Arkansas State thing. To me, that is across the board.
So why are we going to Memphis?
Oh, well, that's not a Sunbelt team.
I think they're American.
They're American. It's a level up.
It's not the American Athletic anymore. It's just the American.
Yeah, just the American.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I would have
Very hard when you
guessed.
say that.
But
I mean, I don't have a problem with going to the Liberty Bowl. I think there are more advantages to Arkansas going to Memphis than there would be Arkansas coming over to Jonesboro to play.
Start your season at the same place you ended. Am I right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I will say this: there are some. Memphis is going to be a little more of a fertile recruiting ground than Jonesboro is going to be.
Here's the other thing that you got to consider. I will say this till I'm blue in the face. If by some happenstance Arkansas State beats Arkansas, there is no way you can only have a one-off. You have to, and here's the thing. If you're gonna play Arkansas State on a regular basis, number one, do it in Little Rock. Number two, if you're gonna do it in Little Rock, update the damn stadium first.
Can we just kill Little Rock and the stadium? The games in Little Rock. Okay, let's not take that literal. We got to stop this. We got to stop this playing in Little Rock thing because people in Texarkana for some reason can't drive to Fayetteville. We've got to stop this crap.
I've got a solution for everybody.
All right.
Okay.
Play Memphis at Memphis every year. Never play in Little Rock.
I would be okay with that.
You're not being able to bring recruits to Little Rock either. So you can have unofficial visits to Memphis. Memphis is going to bring in more talent than Little Rock is.
Look, you guys are not old enough to remember this, but I am because I went to one of them. Arkansas and Ole Miss used to play at the Liberty Bowl.
Okay, I'm going to keep a record of every time he mentions Ole Miss in a show. I'm telling you right now, that's his secret team. That's one.
Oh, God. I mean, but
we're talking about Arkansas, Memphis, Arkansas State, and there's an Ole Miss reference thrown in there.
Memphis was mentioned.
Can't deny the allegations there.
Memphis was mentioned, and I tied it back into when Arkansas and that team from Oxford played their SEC game in Memphis. Madre Hill was the reason Arkansas won that game.
But no, and I vaguely remember that.
It was 95. Danny Ford.
Just vaguely remember that. But I mean, again, if Arkansas State beats Arkansas, excuse me.
Yeah. So what happens? I mean,
number one, Pittman ain't gonna have a job.
What's the fall? See,
that's going to be this. It's the same thing that happened to Chad Morris.
I think if that goes down that way, I think he's a dead man walking. But I don't know, considering what's happened the last couple times we've fired a coach in season, I don't know that you see that again. Okay, I think he's lame duck for the rest of the year.
I'm gonna do something.
You can't do that with recruiting though.
I swear I'm gonna break a rule that I wasn't gonna do, that I didn't do last year, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it because it's gonna ignite a fire under everybody, and this is gonna be their argument. You turn it over to Bobby P.
If you fire him in the middle of the season, you have no choice but to turn it over to him.
And all this,
some people are going to say, "Oh, give it to T-Will, give it to T-Will." No, we've learned our lesson about giving people the head coaching position. It's never been a damn head coach.
Yeah,
let's not do that anymore.
But again, here's the other side of that coin. Okay, think of how many fans. Think of what the fan base is going to do if Arkansas State comes out with a win. And I'm not talking a blowout. I'm talking just a win. Period.
No, like a 31-28 or something like that. Yeah.
All right. This fan base is going to
melt.
It doesn't matter if we go undefeated the rest of the season. Okay. It doesn't matter if we beat A&M. It doesn't matter if we beat Texas. It doesn't matter if we beat
Doesn't
Missouri.
matter if we beat Notre Dame.
No matter if we beat nobody's gonna care.
Right.
Because we lost to Arkansas State in probably the first and only matchup we're ever gonna get with them.
And I'll make a prediction right now. If the unthinkable happens and that goes down, that we will set viewership records for post game that night.
So I want to ask y'all a question.
That's gonna be a fun. That's gonna be scary post game.
Let's go X's and O's on it. So
hold your question real quick.
Yeah.
We're up against a break. We're gonna ask it on the other side of the break real quick. I saw the eye roll, but you gave me the signal to send it to break.
Yeah. Let me
ask it, and then we'll talk about it on the other side of the break. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, there you go. Do that. Give the ultimate tease.
There you go.
So the X's and O's of it. If, and by this I mean only if Arkansas does lose to Arkansas State, is it going to be the offensive fault or is it going to be the defense's fault? So is the offense not going to score enough points, or is the defense going to let too many points go?
D-Mad coming out in his debut episode. Holy crap.
Yeah.
All right, and with
whizzing fastballs there.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll talk about his question on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Season 9 premiere of Inside the Hog Pen, and we'll be back in just a minute.
As soon as I can get the...
Meeks Design is your one-stop shop for custom clothing with a personal touch. At Meeks Design, we can help you tell your story through your wardrobe. Your imagination on a hat, shirt, pullover, or nearly anything wearable. And while you're picking out some custom clothing, check out the one-of-a-kind handmade soaps from the Bobcat Soap Company. Find us on Facebook and let us create custom swag just for you at Meeks Design.
Hey, Hog Fanatics! We at Inside the Hog Pen are thrilled to announce that SeatGeek is now a sponsor. As brand ambassadors, we're excited to share SeatGeek as a ticket app that simplifies the ticket buying process for all your favorite events. They provide a 0 to 10 score for each ticket, with green indicating a good deal and red indicating a not-so-good deal. As a special offer, Hog Fanatics can get $20 off their first ticket purchase by using the code INSIDEHOGPEN. Check out our socials for the link, and remember to use the code INSIDEHOGPEN.
Attention Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports fans out there? Introducing Inside the Hog Pen, not your normal Razorback talk show. We're fans first and don't try to hide it. No agendas, no propaganda. At Inside the Hog Pen, we call it like we see it. And now we're looking for sponsors to join the team. This is your chance to put your brand in front of thousands of loyal Razorback fans who live and breathe Arkansas sports. From small businesses to major brands, we have sponsorship packages tailored just for you. So let's grow together and make Inside the Hog Pen bigger and better. Don't miss out. Call 501-416-4331 or email us today at insidethehogpen@gmail.com and become a proud sponsor of Inside the Hog Pen.
It's time to step back inside the hog pen to the Meeks Design Studios.
All right, welcome back to the Season 9 premiere of Inside the Hog Pen. Razorback Zach, Marcus MC Carlton. And I would call him a rookie, but he's not really a rookie, but this is his debut episode as co-host, as co-host. Dylan D. Madden. So before the break, you asked a very
spicy.
That's a good
question for the first episode. Go ahead and repeat your question as a refresher.
So we're talking about the Arkansas State-Arkansas game, and if and only if Arkansas State wins, what is going to happen? Is it going to be the offense letting up and not scoring? I'm going to say offense not scoring more than 25 points, or is it the defense allowing more than 25 points?
You want to go first, MC, or you want me to take it first?
I'm going to throw Brandon in here on our comments. He says the whole team's fault, in his opinion. So
that is very
he-
true.
Well,
he's got enough blame to go around.
He does, and he's got a legit
Yeah.
legit gripe there too. But if
I'm
you
gonna.
you want to be, are you asking to be specific, D-Man? Or are you just
I'm
generalistic?
saying my expectation for this game is to be about a 50-20 game.
Oh,
Okay.
First,
well,
God,
okay.
I got
So
the
we're
hot take in at the start of the year. Look at me go.
we're on the same page as far as a lot of points being scored, because I think if that does go down that way, I think it'll be a failure on the defensive side of the ball. I don't think you're going to see a 17-14 game.
So if
I think you
Arkansas
can.
State hangs in there, it's going to be a shootout.
If I will say this, Arkansas State has some weapons on offense. They've got a wide receiver on the Biletnikoff watch list. They return a 3-year starter at quarterback, Jalen Rayner, and he's kind of a Taylon Green kind of player. He's got a good arm. His decision making was questionable at times, but he's very athletic and he can make plays with his feet. So it could be, I could see him being a factor. But I think if it goes down that way, I think it would be a failure on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
well, I mean, here's the thing. What was our main issue last year? Was it offense or was it defense?
Man, I think it depends on the game.
I
Exactly.
agree.
Exactly. But if you want to go, if you're asking for a specific answer, I got to go with Brandon. It's the whole team's fault, because when one
Yeah.
falls, they all fall. That's how a
So-
team is supposed to be. But I would put it squarely on the shoulders if I had to choose. I'd put it squarely on the shoulders of the offense, because there is no reason, zero reason why this offense should even lay down. No offense to any A-State fan that's listening or is employed by them.
All three of them.
That is my disclaimer for
Hey, now.
this comment. There is no reason why our offense, being the Hogs, should even have to lay down to the A-State defense. It's apples and oranges here.
So I'm kind of looking at their record from last year and watching
Mm-hmm.
some of the games just to give some background from what they did last year. I think Bowling Green, they're in the are they in the ACC now?
Bowling Green, they're in the MAC, aren't they?
I thought they had moved up, but I could be wrong. But they ended the year against Bowling Green with a 38-31 win. And I'm just kind of looking at some of the games, and something that stands out is
Hey,
they played Michigan when Michigan was ranked 17th, so it was early in the year.
MC,
And they,
I'm sorry, D-Man. Put Brandon's comment up there for a minute.
The big one.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about it when Dylan finishes.
they played Michigan and held Michigan to 28 points,
Mhm.
and it was an 18-28 game. So they're capable of surprising you if you're not ready for it. But that being said, Michigan definitely was not the same Michigan that won the national championship.
Right.
And then, they hung around with a lot of teams in their own level. The only other team they played that was a Power Four
Iowa State.
was Iowa State, and they got shellacked.
That was the week after the Michigan game, because I remember the talk around here was most of the fans that I talked to were like, okay, let's just get through the Michigan game, and then we've got a shot when we go to Ames. And it ended up being right the opposite. They had a better shot at winning the Michigan game than they did the Iowa State game.
That's right.
Yeah. Brandon pretty much echoed what I said. He says you can't blame the players. Only one. You just can't. If someone makes a mistake, the whole team did. I think it's everyone's fault. Like Oklahoma State, I think the 4th and 1 down was a dumb decision going for it. I screamed it then in the middle of Boudreaux's watching that game. You can ask James Harris and anybody that was in that building. I was screaming it they should not have gone for that. But I agree, and my daughter is in here too, by the way. Crazy
Hey,
child.
I saw her. I'm going to get hers.
She says it's like in band, one mess up and it all falls apart, and she knows because she's in band and damn good at it too. But Matt Hart says, "Well, all three of y'all be at the ASU game. They won't, but I will be."
Well.
You got a baby shower. You got a baby due.
Well, I will be at the game, not at the tailgate. Baby showers in the morning, games in the afternoon.
I have.
You're going to be in Oxford.
No. I got out of having to go to the wedding.
Really?
Yes.
Breaking
Yes.
news. We don't
So
have
you're,
the
so
thing
you're
anymore.
gonna be in Little Rock then? Okay, cool.
No, I'm not, because the West Side Warriors Youth League team is playing that morning. We play at 10, 11, and 12, and I believe it's at Blyville. So
So put the pedal to the metal. Get down here.
not much of a way I can get from Blyville to Little Rock in hour and a half. Because by the time we get done in Blyville,
Carl Arkansas State Police. We'll figure something out.
I would like to come down for the tailgate. I don't care if I ever step foot back inside War Memorial again, but I would come down for the tailgate and socialize and just have a good time there.
So what you're saying is, Matt Hart, if you're still watching and listening, you have a chair and a hot mic ready for you.
There you
That's
go.
my co-host that day.
There you go. There you go.
I would be honored to be teamed back up with the face of Hog HQ.
I will be available for post game that night, though.
Who will also be, we hope, at Little Oktoberfest again this year.
Yeah, he killed it last year, man.
Oh my
awesome.
God, that was so much fun.
Yeah, I'm with Brandon here. He's like, I'm still a little bit upset about a little bit. Brings back memories, but over it. Yeah. Look, I can't do the what if game, because if I do, man, I'll sit here and what if things to death.
And that little washout head of his is going to turn about the same color as his shirt.
Look, I got to fix the camera before next week, man. I'm over here looking like Casper right now.
All I gotta say is, if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
So Matt Hart coming in strong, saying I'll see you at both.
Oh, I can. Hey,
How about that?
Put the one underneath his down there. I get to finally announce this live on air for the first time in 9 years. For the first time ever, my daughter will be at a Razorback game with me.
Well, there you go.
She gets to see her
cool.
dad in action, and she gets to see Arkansas State get their ass kicked by Arkansas, or the other way around. So that's going to be fun. Which, by the way, I will be, if anybody is watching from Perry County, I will be at some of the home games for the Bigelow Panthers this year. So keep an eye out for the ITHP shirt.
I mean, as long as we're going to throw shout outs for high school games, I will be live streaming all 10 Westside Warrior football games this year through partnership with Suncom Media. So
and
if you're looking for a game to watch on Friday night and make fun of the bald guy calling the game, there you go.
I don't know. That bald guy's pretty talented. Except when he shaves his head and his beard.
I can't do the Uncle Fester thing anymore.
Shout out, by the way, if we're doing shout out to D-Mad there on the far end. New Papa going to be coming in October. You're getting close, isn't it?
You're going to get me in trouble when I say this, but it's like 62 days.
Wow.
Stop the presses. And I'm not going to get you in trouble. I'm safely down the street.
When I say I'm going to be in trouble, I mean I am going to be off on the days. It's going to be like 61 or 62.
Yeah, you're in the ballpark. It's not a big deal. Okay, let's get back.
Labor comes when it comes, man.
Yeah. So let's get back on track here, and let's talk about Taylon Green for a minute. And we've touched on him, but I've got his stats from last year. He was 230 for 381. He completed 230 passes out of 381, 60%, 3,100 yards, 15 passing touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He had a QBR of total passing rating of 138, but his ESPN QBR is ranked 36th nationally with 70.5. But he was also the leading rusher on the team.
Yeah, you never want to see that.
That's what you don't want. You don't want. He rushed for he carried the ball 156 times for 600 yards and 8 touchdowns. So he combined for 3,700 yards, 23 touchdowns, second highest single season total offense in Arkansas program history.
And the claim is that he could have been much better because he was hurt half the year.
Okay, why didn't we? But in that very good point. Why didn't we hear about it? Why didn't we know about it?
Well, so here's my beef. Here's my beef with that whole line of thinking about, if they don't want to disclose the fact that he was injured, I get that. That's a competitive thing. But if he was that injured and it hindered his ability so much, why did they keep rolling him out there? Did they have that little of trust in Singleton or Jackson as the backup, which now, we're hearing about Sam's
KJ
already come out
Jackson.
and killed recruiting for any future quarterbacks because he says, oh, the future quarterback of all Razorback teams is on this team right now in KJ Jackson. And I hope I hope the kid is the next coming of Lamar Jackson. But you can't go out and say stuff like that about we're not going to recruit any quarterbacks because this guy's here. What if he comes up and fills in a few games this year and decides to hit this portal? Then what do you do?
Well, never mind. Shut up, Dylan.
I don't know. That's what you do. I don't know.
I don't know. We had the guy. Now we don't have him.
Yeah.
And
well, and the thing about it though, is we've heard so much about KJ Jackson
Mhm.
and how he's the future and how he's this and how he's that. But here's the problem. What if he comes out and is a big freaking dud? Not saying that he is, not
Right.
saying that he is, but for right now, let's just play the what if game.
Yeah, I mean, he could come out and be a left-handed Ryan Mallett, or he could come out and be the next coming of Pete Burks. If
Ooh.
you know, you know on that one.
Ooh.
Hey, I got a comment that we need to get to.
Play that sound bite. That fits right there. Because, holy dude,
Can I not hit it?
you could have gone with him.
There it is.
Could have gone with anybody else other than Pete Burks. Damn, dude.
Pete Burks. I'm going way back with that one. Were you looking for Jonathan's comment?
Yep, found it.
Okay.
So who's gonna be the surprise breakout player on both sides of the ball? Knowing it's hard right now to even pontificate this. I like that word, by the way.
Pontificate.
That's a bit.
All right.
You've been using that word of the day, toilet paper.
4 syllables. Wow. All right.
I've been watching a lot of Stephen A. Smith. He likes to pontificate a lot.
Don't let him lie to you, MC. He's been using the word of the day, toilet paper.
Lord have mercy.
But no, we're going to talk about the defensive side next week. But on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, do you want an obvious answer like Mike Washington, Braylon Russell, Taylon Green?
I don't know how much Braylon Russell can break out at this point, considering
Yeah.
he broke out last year. Because you kind of expect him to be the breakout player. Man, I really want to say Omega Blake,
Wow, Dan.
but that's kind of like the layup, you know?
Right, Dan Yoakum, really, dude.
I'm going to go with a little different route on the breakout player.
Shout out my mom talking about Kylie. She's a bun in the oven right now.
What is that dude's name? The
Is he a receiver?
The freshman receiver from Warren.
Antonio?
Is it Antonio Jordan?
I think so. I'll be right back. Hold on.
I don't know. Yeah, Antonio Jordan.
I
There
don't
he is.
know.
I found him. 6'6", 230, freshman wide receiver from Warren. I am doing this simply because of basically the bloodline of wide receivers coming out of Warren. That's the only reason I'm picking this dude.
So I saw on Twitter, I forgot who it was. It wasn't Traylon Burks. I think it was like Greg Childs.
No,
They
it's
said-
Chris. You're talking
It's Greg.
It was
Greg,
Chris
I know where
Greg.
you're going.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew where you were going with it. It was Chris Gregg that made the comment.
Yeah, he said something about somebody was talking about why are these Warren wide receivers aren't highly recruited, like Traylon Burks, like Jerry.
Jay Wright. I mean, he was.
Jay Wright was
Yeah.
headed to USC. Oh no, it was Joe Adams. That
Yeah, it
was
was Joe
headed to
Adams. Yeah.
But it was he said basically that the Warren wide receivers don't go all over the country doing
Right.
the camps and
camps,
whatnot to get their name out there.
Yep.
They just sit at home and they work and then they come to Arkansas and absolutely ball out.
Yeah. And we've seen it time and time again because, I mean, let's not forget about Greg Childs. I still
Childs,
say to this
please.
day, had injuries not gotten him, he would hold every receiving record at Arkansas. I will die on that hill because that dude was that talented.
I think if Kobe Hamilton would have had an actual senior year and not a smile senior year.
Man.
Right.
Yeah.
We're gonna go a little extended tonight since it's the season premiere. Brandon says he's got something big and huge to bring up for us to talk about. But do we want him to bring it up next week? Hell, bring it up now.
Do we want
Talk
to?
about
Do
it
we
now
want to
and
add
next
an AO to that? Sorry.
Bring it up now.
Excuse me while I.
Now, Dan Yoakum, on the other hand, I don't know if you guys can pull up this comment. Dan Yoakum, on the other hand, is talking about KJ Jackson. Says he could be the next KJ. You had to do it, didn't you?
I think Zach's allergic to the letters K and J together.
Yeah, at this point, yeah.
Excuse me, I think that's a
Hello.
KJ Jackson at the door.
I will drive down the street the 8 minutes I'm away, and I will.
Guys, we got buttons now.
Yeah, we
Thank
got
you.
toys to play with here.
We have we've kind of upgraded our streaming service, y'all, that where we broadcast from, and
So far,
these
so
two-
good.
These two have done everything they could to keep me away from the board, but these two keep pushing buttons and stuff. So
Because we do so well, right? Thank you.
Yeah, we're
Zach's
having,
never
we're
gonna
having
let
too
me
much
live
fun
this
with
down.
the sound effects.
Does this mean I get to start saying "Stop pushing buttons, Dylan"?
No, I saw your little eye roll thing, by the way.
Why you gotta call me out like that? Why
Oh,
on the
that's
first show of the
fun.
first freaking show back? Why you gotta call me out like that?
He knows what I'm talking about too.
Yeah. Why, again, in about 30 seconds, Amy's gonna text me and go, "He's right. You know, I saw it too."
Fingers up.
Oh, I can't put my finger up because
Oh, you can if you want to.
Well, we need to figure out how to do like that little pixelation thing, and then every time Zach puts a hand up, we just put the little pixelation over it, so it looks like he's trying to flip the bird.
Or, y'all ready for this?
Square it off.
now that one's gonna be fun to use this season.
That one will get a lot of
Definitely
use.
be
Yeah.
that one will definitely be fun this season.
This may be the one I use when people start talking about 8, 9, or 10 wins.
Wait, you don't think it's possible?
About as possible as me winning the Powerball.
See, there she is. Told you, didn't take long, and she did it publicly too. God, damn, y'all. This is
Everybody's coming out swinging, man. Who was it? Dude, come after
right.
me, calling me Casper and reverse tanning, and now
Brandon's come back with his comment. Y'all ready?
And I like it. All right, so let me ask
you something.
Oh, go ahead, Dave.
This could come into a debate, so I brought this up. If we beat Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Tennessee, A&M, Auburn, Notre Dame again, Texas, and Missouri, and loses the bowl game, do you think Sam Pittman stays or leaves, or what's y'all's opinion on it? So basically, we have a good year. Does
hit the
Sam?
bell? Hit the bell.
Ooh, hold on. Which one?
the
Ding, ding, ding.
boxing match.
All right. Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, here's the thing. Hunter Yurachek is a wimp right now. He will not fire Sam Pittman. If he ain't done it yet, he's not going to. Because I'm going to tell you. Because I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Okay?
All right.
Because he doesn't have anybody confident enough to take the damn job
For what he's willing to pay.
for what he's willing to pay. All right. I don't understand.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but there's a guy out there that I think if you called him tonight, he would be in Fayetteville tomorrow.
Yeah, he's down to SMU. His name's Rhett Lashley.
No, sir.
What are you talking about?
Who are you talking about, though?
I am going, and I can't believe I'm doing this because there's a guy over here in Jonesboro that would laugh his butt off if he could.
I swear to God, if you say Nick Saban or John Gruden,
I'm going Grude, man. Grude wants back in the coaching game. He wants back in the coaching game.
And then there were two.
No.
Okay, do you want 2 more years of Sam Pittman, or do you want all the PR that would come along with hiring somebody like John Gruden?
I'd love to have John Gruden because maybe we'd actually be competitive because he doesn't put up with anything.
I mean, picture this. You got a coaching trio in the big three of Dave Van Horn, John Calipari, and John Gruden.
Okay, you've been watching way too much ESPN or Facebook or TikTok or something.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, Zach, guess what?
Oh, God.
That also qualifies for
Thank you. Look,
I
now-
think it's a lot more realistic now than it was in 2012.
okay, tell me why. Sell me on it. Come on.
Because
Ring
there
the bell.
There have been multiple interviews where Gruden has talked about he wants to coach again. He will coach again at some level. You combine that with all these little videos he's doing when all these colleges are sending him swag, which, by the way, if a university wants to send me a swag box like that, I'll put it all back here. I don't care whose team it is. You're going to send me free stuff. I'll put it on display. You hear me, Lane Kiffin? Your boy's talking here.
Oh, good God. I was on the.
Hey, can you get us a Real Tree sponsorship while you're down there?
Yeah, no doubt, man.
I was just on the verge of giving you a compliment, and then you threw that out. Way to shoot.
I just beat y'all to the punch on that one. That's all that was.
Well, here's the problem, though, and here's the other problem. And I'm not going to out my daughter, but I'm going to out my daughter on this. In about 24 months, I'm going to end up having to wear freaking purple.
Where's she going?
UCA.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
that purple is acceptable. Yeah, that's
not.
acceptable.
Hey, as long as you go get hypnotized by their football field, it'll be fine. Have you heard the study about that?
No.
There's a study that somebody did a hypnosis training when it comes to all the sounds around the stadium, and they're purple and gray field. There's some weird hypnosis thing that I read. I was like, I don't know how accurate this is, but I get it. Whatever you want to win, I guess.
Whatever it takes, man. Find every possible advantage you can find.
Absolutely.
And go with it.
It's called home field advantage for a reason.
Who's the old boy who's the head coach there? He's had like a lot of, is it Nathan Brown? Is that his name? Had a lot of success there. I think that's him. I think he's the coach at UCA. If I got that wrong, I apologize. But he's had quite a bit of success there. Been there several years, I believe, if I remember correctly.
You look.
Nathan Brown.
Zach is so far off track right now that he won't even look at me.
Hold on a minute.
Look, I'm saying after hiring Calipari, I'm saying anything is possible now.
Okay, well, yeah, and of course you and
I know
who's
big. You know who's big buddies with Gruden? John freaking Daly.
Which, by the way, he was brilliant in Happy Gilmore too.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
You know,
tip of the hat to Big John.
That's another thought process. If you did have to hire a new coach, how would you go about it? Are you going about it X's and O's wise, or are you going after it in like more of a marketing way? Because you get people like Eric Musselman could market the hell out of Arkansas.
Yeah.
And then you give Calipari in here to bring the rest of it with him. So there's Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to say I'm going to take the approach of as much hype and marketing as you can get around it. Okay? I want the type of attention that Coach Prime's getting at Colorado. Is he winning games? Sort of. But you think about all the attention and the media attention that Colorado has gotten the last 2-3 years, whatever it is that he's been there. I think you're going to see the same thing this year with North Carolina and Bill Belichick. They may not be worth a crap, but him and his 24-year-old girlfriend are going to bring all the media attention.
Okay.
So why couldn't Arkansas do the same thing and just go strictly for the media attention?
Because
if you win some games, so be it. It's just going to multiply that much more.
All right. Since we're going to argue this point, allow me to retort.
All right.
Let's say, just for the hell of it, okay? Let's say he gets hired at Arkansas.
Gruden? Okay.
Okay. Just for the hell of it, let's say that he does. But he, in year 5, has the same record as Brett Bielema and Sam Pittman.
I don't think
you roll the dice. You roll the dice, and it might or it might not work.
Okay, but are you still going to be as high on him now then as you are? Because what if he comes in and he can't win at Arkansas, like Clark Lee? Clark Lee's worried about winning again.
Vanderbilt's a whole lot different than any other SEC program.
They are, but at the same time, if you have a winning coach in the Big Ten and Brett Bielema and he can't win at Arkansas, you bring. Well, we're not even going to count that.
I don't think Pittman's a fair comparison because Pittman had never been a head coach. So I think the Bielema comparison to Gruden is more fair.
And again, Pittman is a likable guy, but he's not the second coming of Frank.
I'll go drink beer with him all day, but I don't want him leading the football team.
I don't know about beer.
That's his drink of choice.
That's his drink of choice. Let me shift gears for a minute. Brandon's coming in with the questions, and Brandon, do me a favor and put a pronunciation key for your last name so we don't butcher it.
I'm guessing it's Braunist.
He asked, go up a little bit more on his initial question. He says, if we beat Notre Dame, do we storm the field, or do you think it's stupid if we do? Here's the thing. I think it's ignorant if we do.
I think it depends on what the record is. If Arkansas, let's just cue up that little fairy dust music again, and Arkansas comes into the Notre Dame game undefeated, doodaloo, doodaloo. You come into that game undefeated, and then you beat Notre Dame, because that's what, game 5, game 6?
Wasn't there a bet going on that if we're undefeated going into Tennessee?
Are you talking about the Frank Fletcher thing?
No. We had a bet between us.
Oh yeah, what did
I
may
said
have to go
something about Arkansas being no. It was Garrett Ray said Arkansas was going to be 7-0 going into Tennessee, and I said something similar.
Oh, you said
said
Taylor Green was going to be in the Heisman
exactly
through week 7. I thought MC or Dylan, one of y'all did a bet.
I made some kind of crazy ass bet. I don't remember what it was now, but like I would do a show shirtless or something.
Oh yeah, you're gonna do a show shirtless. That's what it was.
Nobody wants to see that. And I was right on UCA. It is Nathan Brown.
Yeah, it is Nathan
Brown. But
former UCA quarterback Nathan Brown.
Yeah. But I mean, you're talking about the what if on Gruden. What if he comes in and he bombs? Okay, are we really any worse off than we would have been keeping Pittman around another 2 or 3 years?
Yeah,
Pittman said he wants
that exact question. That exact question is going to be asked if that happens. We got rid of Pittman and brought in another guy that can't win here.
Well, I mean, you at that point, you start thinking about maybe there is something wrong here, that this is where coaching careers go to die. Because if you look, man, Bielema, he's gone back to the Big Ten, and at Illinois, he's actually done pretty well. I mean, he's not blowing it out of the water. He's not competing with Ohio State and Michigan, but he's respectable.
There's a way to win in the Big Ten, and he's figured it out.
He's figured it out.
We're not going to storm the field if we beat.
I don't think we should.
I don't think so
beat
either.
Notre Dame. I think they baked in a new rule this year to
$500,000.
It's steep. It gets steep and steep and steep.
And with the way our athletic administration's already pinching pennies, they don't want to lose that $500K.
It's now $500,000 every time you storm the field or the court.
No.
Oh, my daughter's coming.
Your daughter's paying attention.
Oh. Could it perhaps be a U of A curse? Well, time to revisit that, isn't it?
Yeah, we're gonna have to update that, because after Omaha, I think we have more evidence.
I still feel traumatized.
Right. We're gonna go extended. I know we're over an hour now, but we're gonna go a little bit longer because hey, it's the season premiere and that's what we do.
We'll go as long as y'all want us to.
Absolutely, we'll go as long as you want to go. So we're gonna step away from the break. We're gonna catch our breaths and continue the conversation on the season 9 premiere of Inside the Hog Pen. Stick around.
Attention, Razorback fans and local businesses. Are you ready to reach the most passionate Arkansas sports?
All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen, season 9 premiere. So, is Arkansas cursed? Yes, they are. But we're not going to get into that tonight because that could be a whole nother show. My whole thing about this season, y'all, is just the unpredictability of it, because it's not an easy schedule. If you look at it on paper, it's not an easy schedule. You're muted, MC.
We're never going to have an easy schedule. As long as we're in the SEC, we're never going to have an easy schedule. Now, this one is a little bit tougher because you go above your normal non-conference level of games by bringing in, Memphis and Notre Dame, and you have a one-off that I'm still saying it's going to be closer than people expect.
All right, I'm ready to put the money on it.
We don't do that here. I'm just kidding.
For entertainment
MC?
purposes only.
MC, I'm going to call you out, Mr. A-State.
Oh, ding, 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 ding.
How many points you going to give me? Because I had somebody the other day told me they would give me 21 points if I took
I'm
A-State.
going to say 17. And a hook.
I mean, I had a better offer on the 21.
You did, but I didn't offer that. 17 and a hook.
17 and a hook. What's the hook?
17.5.
Oh, okay. You're going to give me 17.5.
If Arkansas wins by 18, I win.
Yeah.
Arkansas wins by 17, you win.
I think I'll take that.
$20?
I'll go a box of diapers. How about that?
Oh, I don't know how much that cost.
I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's more than $20. No, but I'll do a box of diapers,
Deal.
for the new parents.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Sorry,
I'll give you a case of the incontinence briefs.
Wow. We're still working out the kinks. Apparently, we didn't have any sound during the break or coming out of the break. So let us know if you guys can hear us. No, I want to.
What do you think? You think 17, Zach? I haven't seen any lines on that game yet, so I have no idea what.
I'll see if I can find one.
Well, considering that I'm giving Amy 21 points when Arkansas plays Texas on November 22nd, and if they beat us by 21 points, I unfortunately have to wear something Texas on the postgame show.
You
But
can
I'm
wear it
going to-
upside down.
But I'm going to hold a sign up that says I'm doing this against my will.
Here's what you do. You get a shorthorn visor and wear it upside down.
There you go. I'll take that. No, I mean I'll give A-State 14 points.
Let's see what the trusty Grok says.
Yeah, I'm not even seeing anything on.
Yeah, I didn't see it on Bet Saracen yet.
No, Brandon, I was just trying to I was just trying to make sure I pronounced your last name correctly, and I didn't want to butcher it. And
Yeah, we didn't want to disrespect you because we're not smart enough to figure out how to pronounce your name.
Yeah,
So-
we're. I'm not
Okay.
a smart man.
Let's see. Grok says there's not an official point spread out there yet. One says that there are some that are predicting a spread of like 17 to 20. So I think you're right in the neighborhood there. If any of the
I'll give him.
if any of the betting services want to sponsor us, we'll start throwing out lines, on a weekly basis for entertainment purposes only, of course.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. No, I give him 14, 17 points, somewhere in there. But I mean, when you look across the schedule as a whole, and of course, we're not going to get into predictions tonight and stuff, but offensively, are we concerned? Which let me just throw the Band-Aid. Let me just rip the Band-Aid off here. What side of the ball are we more concerned about, offense or defense?
That's a very good question.
Whoa, that's a tough one.
See, Dylan, I can do it too.
I'm concerned about the defensive line.
All right,
That's what
why
my
is that?
concern is. I don't know how much production we have. All we have coming back is Cam Ball.
Right.
That's
Brandon,
Quincy
the game we're
Road.
talking about for the points is Arkansas State, Arkansas on September 6th.
Yeah, I think you could go. I don't think there's a wrong answer to this question, Zach, because I think there's a lot of concerns on
Well,
both
I
sides.
mean,
Well, okay, maybe
It's not the wrong
unknowns.
answer. It's an opinionated question.
Yeah.
It's where you guys feel is the is the most concerning. I'm gonna go. I've got to go with Dylan on this and say defense. I mean, you're returning at least 60% of your offense from last year, at
But
least.
here's the big thing on offense, though. You don't return anybody from the wide receiver room.
No. And you've got a
I
brand.
would kind of argue that we upgraded.
I don't disagree
I
based on just stats alone.
Yeah.
Now the big question is going to be, can these guys that come from the lower level schools, can they produce at the same level versus SEC defenses?
Where did Isaiah Satania go? He go to Oklahoma?
no, he went to
the draft.
He went to the draft.
Satania? No, he
Satania
didn't.
didn't go to the draft.
Oh, no,
He's,
Satania.
he's at
Sorry.
Oklahoma.
I'm thinking Tesla.
Yeah, Satania went to
Satania
OU.
went to Oklahoma. Yeah.
Tesla went to the Detroit Lions. He went to the
He went home. That
Yeah.
was his favorite team growing up, which is just cool to me that he got drafted by his favorite
Damn,
team.
MC, did you see Brandon's score prediction?
Jesus.
Good God.
Wow. I mean,
Whew, he ain't giving Arkansas State any chance.
that'll be an interesting time over here in the NEA if it's a score like that.
The Butch himself has had trouble with SEC teams in his career.
True.
I don't think he's ever beat Arkansas.
He only played them twice when he was at Tennessee.
Brandon, you say anything you want on ITHP, brother. You keep the comments rolling in, my man.
Yeah.
We greatly appreciate it.
Man,
I don't. But see, here's the thing. I'm also concerned about Taylor Green and his accuracy and his consistency.
Are we going to be able to protect him and
That's
keep him
the
from getting
other
injured again?
There's been a lot of chatter about this offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just not convinced.
I'm not either. I mean,
Now, look, Alabama A&M, they're going to come out and they're going to blow Alabama A&M out.
that'll be like UAPB last year.
We think.
Yeah.
We think. Okay.
If it's not, oh boy.
If it's like, what was the game that they had a couple
Louisiana
years ago?
Tech.
Was it La Tech or was it Cincy
Yeah.
a couple years ago?
It's Tech because they beat Tech like 21-20, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. If it's like, I was thinking of another season opener though that they had a few years ago.
That's
Are
the
you
only
thinking
one.
about Toledo?
No, that was a long time ago. I'm talking during the Pittman era. I think it was Cincinnati that they struggled with. Now, everybody's argument to that is, well, they were a playoff team. Yeah, but still.
Well, they
We
were
didn't
coming
really
off a
struggle with
playoff appearance,
Cincinnati.
but
We didn't really struggle with Cincinnati. I think
we did
what our problem was we couldn't get it into the end zone.
Mhm.
You know, a core philosophy of football is to get touchdowns, not field goals. But Pittman hasn't been able to do that his entire career at Arkansas. It's been a lot of field goals happening
Mhm.
instead of
move it pretty freely between the 20s, but then once you get to
Mhm.
the red zone, that's where his teams historically struggle.
Brandon says, you're going to hear me say that a ton to y'all. Defense wins games. Defense is more important than offense. He says, y'all may have a good debate on it, but I gave y'all a good comment.
I mean, I've heard that a lot.
Alabama A&M started the year off against Auburn last year. Y'all want to know what the score to that game was?
Hit me.
73-3.
And Auburn was not good last year. That's hey, if we're going to talk about Auburn, that's somebody that may be on the hot seat alongside Pittman.
They beat UAPB last year 52-24.
Okay.
And
I mean, you can only go so far with the score comparison things, but sometimes it's relevant. But I mean, what do you guys think on Hugh Freeze? Do you think how many games do you think he's got to win to keep his job? Because we know how crazy that Auburn fan base is, man. They fired Gene Chizik 2 years after winning a natty.
The SEC, but that's just me.
I have a friend that's an Auburn fan, and at this point he is pissed with the athletic department.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have a problem with Brian Harsin because Harsin, I mean, he had a new team. He was set up for failure. They have a problem like Texas has. Texas has had. I'll put it that way.
No. You had it right the first time.
But their boosters have too much control on the program.
Oh, I agree.
And so they saw Brian Harsin wasn't an Auburn guy and didn't really care about the boosters. And so they made up some crock of crap and
Good censor there, D.
It's dad coming through.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
But they concocted this lie to get him fired
Yeah.
in order to get the biggest scumbag
That is
outside
wild.
of Art Briles and Kendall Briles, because Kendall Briles was a scumbag too.
Tell us how you really feel.
So why do you think Freeze hasn't been able to duplicate the success that he had at Ole Miss?
Look at who he's competing against recruiting wise in the
Same
same damn state.
Yeah.
reason that Gus Malzahn has fallen off.
That's fair. That's fair.
For one, you're not surprising people with your offense anymore.
Right.
Everybody's caught up to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about left to right anymore. It's downhill running. If you look at what the greatest teams have been doing, they are reading the defense, breaking cover threes, breaking cover twos, and running downhill and running zone reads.
Mm-hmm.
You see a lot of guard tackle pulling now. We didn't see that a whole lot 5 years ago, much less
That's
10
true.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of counter plays being called all year, and you're having a lot of quarterbacks reading defensive ends and reading linebackers. So if there's a lot of RPO that is baked into every single play call nowadays.
Do you think it's a fair statement to say RPO is now what the triple option was in the early 90s? Because you're talking about you're having to read the line and read the defenses.
It is.
But instead of just pitching or handing off, they're using passes instead.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're right, because we went away from the 90s was triple option.
Mm-hmm. I
And the
formation.
2000s
Now,
whatever.
would you say that the RPO is now what I guess more or less called the standard on the offensive side of the
I
ball
would
now?
think
Yeah.
so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where
It just
you
depends
had-
on how well you can run it and how well a defense can scheme you into something.
Yeah.
Like,
You know,
'cause
back in the
if
day,
you
it's
take
like-
if you take Lane Kiffin and what he did to T. Will,
Mhm.
Lane Kiffin diagnosed exactly what T. Will was doing the entire game. He said, "Okay, they're going to jump routes, throw it over the top.
Yeah.
You're going to jump a route, throw it over the top."
Yep.
That's all that was going on. Was
Well, we also failed to make adjustments too.
yeah. There also might be some alleged sign stealing, but
But I think that goes on.
70
I think that goes
points.
on everywhere to some extent.
All right, mark it down, MC. We couldn't get through the first show without his tinfoil cap coming out.
So
Well,
my mom,
Here's the thing. I think going back on the different offense. I mean, in the early '90s, early 2000s, you had I formation, you had the wishbone, you had the triple option.
Mhm.
You knew which teams were going to be a pass heavy, a run heavy. I mean, look at Arkansas. Arkansas, when we had DMAC, we were the most balanced in those 3-4 years that we had DMAC, Felix, and Peyton, because you never knew if we were going to throw it over the top to DJ Williams or
To Marcus Monk.
to Marcus Monk or to George Wilson or London Crawford, whoever,
Mhm.
you know. But now with everybody kind of getting on the same page, it's kind of like, okay, I'm gonna make a bad analogy here. It's kind of like NASCAR. Everybody's got to have that same standard. Everybody's going to that same standard of the RPO.
Yeah.
I think if Gus had his way when he was at Arkansas, DMAC would have been a quarterback. 100%.
I mean, he played some quarterback anyway. I mean, that's
Look at what he did with Nick Marshall. Nick Marshall
that's true.
wasn't a quarterback.
he was a D-back, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Took him to a national championship.
DMAC was enough of an athlete that he could have pulled it off, because we saw what he did in the Wildcat or the Wild Hog. To me, it's the Wildcat. You saw what he was able to do just by the threat of having him and Felix both back there in the backfield, and then he showed that he could throw it when he had to. I mean, it's just it was wild, man. We took DMAC for granted, dude.
Brandon, we are going to be doing our season predictions in about 2 weeks. So keep your predictions handy, but we do want to hear them coming up in just a few weeks.
Absolutely.
We're going to go ahead and start wrapping it up here on this extended edition of the Season 9 premiere of Inside the Hog Pen. Next week we're gonna be talking defensive side of the ball and some other shenanigans that we're gonna think of. And that's the thing. Y'all never know. These two don't know what me, the loudest mouth on the fan base, is gonna say until I freaking say it. That's the great thing about it, is I got to keep them on their toes. Go ahead, say it, D-Man. I can see it in your eyes.
I have nothing to say.
Wow, I've rendered him
I
speechless.
plead the fifth, Your Honor.
Yeah,
Wow,
there you
see?
go. There you go. Been a pretty
All
good
right,
show,
let's-
boys.
All right,
Been a
so
pretty
let's
good
do
one.
this real quick. I got one more. On a scale from 1 to 10, how excited are you about football? Not Razorback football, but just college football.
Oh, probably about a 12.
All
I
right.
mean, we're to the point of the year. It's August. We've got everything behind us. We're in this lull of the sports season where if you're not an MLB fan or you're throwing items onto the floor at a WNBA game, if you're not doing one of those two, then you have nothing in the sports world to keep you going. I mean, I watched pillow fighting on the Ocho the other night. That's how desperate I was for some kind of
Wait,
sporting
Hey,
event.
I watched
Hold on.
cornhole the other day.
I'm so confused. What is being thrown onto the WNBA? What?
Well, you know what they say about the said item.
What do they say, Zach?
Well, let me pull the quote so I can actually.
Didn't Hugh Freeze have a comment about that, talking about the SEC?
Hugh Freeze needs to stay away from that conversation.
The item of consequences, we're not going to name what it actually is. The item of consequences
Item of
rarely
consequences.
arrives lube.
I'm sure
Well,
there
and,
wasn't any premature detonations, were there?
But I guess the WNBA is like what Hugh Freeze said about the SEC. You need length and girth in this league to compete. So
Oh, Lord.
Well, we've officially
I did
gone on.
remember that.
he did. He said that at media days.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I. Wow.
There were more. I was reading on this before we started the show. There were more bets placed on whether or not something would be thrown on the floor tonight at the WNBA game than there were bets placed on who was actually going to win the game. Welcome to 2025, y'all.
I'm gonna expose myself real not
Whoa!
like that. I'm gonna expose my algorithm real quick.
Whoa!
Yeah, we don't need exposed to be said right now.
My bad. So there's this guy that keeps on popping up on my Instagram. He is tracking certain cycles in the WNBA and betting on them.
We've officially. Hey.
Oh my God!
On track here.
Who had WNBA on your bingo card for the season opener?
Oh my god!
Yeah, right? Landon says, "What are y'all's opinions about these rumors on Nick Saban coming back to coach?"
Ain't happening.
Ain't happening.
That's Greg McElroy trolling, folks.
Yeah, Miss Terry's not gonna let him. Miss Terry's got him doing a list.
They don't need to be asking Coach Saban. They need to be asking Miss Terry because we all know Miss Terry's the one that makes the decisions in that house.
Okay, for real,
right, so
we need to start a trend where we have Houston Nutt be the athletic director.
Get out! You're fired.
No,
he's not coming. No.
Just the athletic director, not the head coach.
No. He's enjoying retirement.
I would rather put him in charge of the collective, and being the fundraiser to go around to the tent revivals and getting people to pass the offering plate because that is his expertise.
Or making the recruiting coordinator. He could sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves, dude.
So could Chad Morris.
Well, but the difference is Nutt knows what he's talking about. Morris was just a car salesman.
Well, he put that thing in left lane and hammered down, didn't he?
You know what? Here's my hot take on your boy Chad.
He ain't my boy.
Chad could recruit, but he was over his head on game day.
Yep.
Because if you look at the guys who were the major contributors to that 9-win season Pittman had, those guys all came from the Morris staff.
Yep.
It's crazy how shit works. Oop, there it is.
Yep, there it is.
There it went. Oh, man. All right, so as we're wrapping up, one more thing. Give me your way too early prediction of a national champion. D-Mad, we'll start with you.
Ooh. Boy,
That's a tough one, man.
that
I'm
is,
gonna
man.
shock the world, and I'm probably gonna vomit when I say it.
I'm gonna go Clemson
Okay.
because I can't get the heart to say deep in the heart of Texas. That's all I can say. I can't say any of them.
I'm going a completely different direction. Quack, quack, baby. Oregon Ducks.
You think Oregon finally breaks through? And
I
gets
think
through?
Oregon breaks through.
That logo on the side of the helmet is how many national championships they'll have.
Which helmet? They've got like 17 different helmets.
Realistically,
No,
I
not
mean,
with a first-year quarterback.
realistically, I'd
Don't
say,
you say it.
but
They're not going to win. Here's the problem. I'll give you what the problem is with Texas.
I will say this. I think the national champion comes out of the SEC.
Whoa.
Here's the problem
Bold
with
take,
Texas.
Zach.
Well, okay, all right.
So Texas's
Ohio State.
issues is
Oops.
they
You
they're
just dropped my one F-bomb.
they're
My bad.
too side to side. We just talked about this with Gus
Yeah.
Malzahn.
Yeah.
When it comes down to it, they're not playing offense. They're playing space and all that crap.
Well, and since we're
they're-
touching on it, I will make this comment. Here's the thing. He's if we're talking about the shorthorn quarterback, here's the thing. If he comes, because that's going to be a hell of a matchup in week 1.
Yeah, you got number 1 and number 2 in week 1.
Okay, so here's the thing. If he comes out and he plays his butt off and wins, his supporters are going to be like, he's the greatest quarterback ever. But if he loses, it's going to be just the opposite.
So I have a question, and Amy can answer this if she feels like it.
Oh,
So we're gonna sit here and say that Arch Manning is the second coming of Jesus because he was sitting behind a 7th round quarterback in his senior year, and the crowd goes silent.
Arch ain't Peyton. I'll say that.
Arch ain't Eli. That's what I'm getting at. I understand that he has talent, but in the words of Bill Parcells, talent means you ain't won enough.
exactly.
That's a good one. That is a good one.
That was on the list of quotes I read earlier.
Oh. All right. Final thoughts as we get out of here. D-Man, since you're the rookie and the new co-host. Well, I really can't call you a rookie because you've been our EP for a while. What are your final thoughts going into episode 2 and getting closer to the college football season?
We might see a new season high in rushing yards for a quarterback, breaking Matt Jones's 700 in
Ooh.
a season.
Okay.
You might see that this year.
Okay.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Either. Could be like a Lamar Jackson type of situation.
Yeah.
True. MC?
I'm gonna have a split between A-State and Memphis. You're gonna win one, you're gonna lose one.
I can see it.
Yep.
I don't like those odds.
I don't like them either, but I'm just
Because, well, first off, if A-State beats Arkansas, we're never going to hear the end of it from you. If Memphis beats
not for me.
if Memphis beats Arkansas, you know damn well who's never going to let us live it
Yeah,
down.
but do you realize how big of a target I'm gonna have on my head if A-State wins that
You
game?
might as well just call in that whole week, buddy.
Yeah, you
I
might
mean,
as well
even though I've been telling people, man, y'all gotta watch out for this game. Y'all gotta watch
hey,
out.
hey, D-Mad, we're going to have to put him in witness protection and bring him down here to the Rock.
I mean, you might be more dangerous in Little Rock than Jonesboro.
That's
It
true.
may
You got
be.
20 hillbillies chasing you down in Jonesboro.
With no hills.
Yeah, it ain't nothing but flat up there.
Yeah.
Man, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna get kind of sentimental for a minute. The two of the guys you see on the screen here, I could not do this without them. Even if I am a little difficult, but 9 years, dude, I cannot believe it's been 9 years, yo. I cannot believe it's been 9 years. I want to thank every single one of you, especially these two here. Dylan, and I said this in pre-show, and I said this to them privately in pre-show, but I'm going to say it publicly. Dylan and I got off to a rough start, but we figured things out, and the man keeps my head out of the sand, and I can't even begin to explain how big of a mentor MC's been in, 3 years? Almost 4 now?
It'll be, let's see, February of 22. So, February will be 4 years.
Yeah. So, I may be the name and the face and all this, but they're the brains behind the operation. Please, I'm telling you. And we, the three of us, we've come to be known as the Terrific Three, would not be here without each and every one of you guys. And we are going to be giving back to you guys and getting you guys more interaction with us in the form of a new Facebook group to where you can make posts, you can ask us questions, make, vote in polls, things like that. Because let's face it, y'all are the core group here. Y'all make us great. So don't forget, September 6th, the Harris Made Chef Services Tailgate Party and Tailgate Show. It is going to be one for the history books because, let's face it, it's going to be an awesome night, awesome day. And then, of course, October 11th is the Little Oktoberfest 2025 in North Little Rock, Argenta Plaza. We'll have details on both events coming up in a couple of weeks as we get closer to those events and we get more concrete details for both. But guys, season 9 off and running.
Off and running, baby. Hey, I gotta throw one thing in. I meant to do this earlier and forgot. Shout out my brother-in-law Matt. 41st birthday today.
Is he an Ole Miss fan?
He is not.
Happy birthday.
Far from it. Far from it.
Happy birthday.
We don't have the music anymore, so
he is an inspector general for the Air Force.
Is he in Jacksonville?
Yeah. I got a highlighter around here somewhere. I mean, the Marine Corps eats crayons that the Chair Force collects highlights.
I'm just gonna say this.
That's not a joke. I had to have a training class with half of us was Army, half of us were Air Force. They've got every color of freaking highlighter known to man.
If an Air Force guy spends time in the Army barracks, they get hazard pay. That's all I got to say.
Okay, that one was good. That one was good. I'll give you that one. That one was good. All right, that's going to do it for us because why not?
Lord have mercy.
Why not end it on that note?
Yeah.
We'll be back again for episode 2 next week. Same time, same Hog Channel, 7:30 on a Wednesday night. Hope everybody joins us as we get closer to kickoff of Arkansas's 2025-2026 March to the Liberty Bowl. I mean, football season. It has been great. I've had fun. I can't begin to tell you how excited I am to be back. And for Marcus MC Carlton, Dylan D Mad, and I'm Razorback Zach, you've been listening to an all-new episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Until next time, so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Listen anytime on your favorite podcast provider and be sure to follow us on all our social network channels.